Hello and welcome back to Football Daily for today's video, where we're looking at 10 players that could well switch their international allegiances very soon. Let's get into it. 10. Matty Cash. We start with Matty Cash, who could be making one of the more unexpected international switches in recent times. Born in Slough to former lower league footballer and ex-AFC Wimbledon assistant manager Stuart, Matty started his career with Wycombe Wanderers Academy, moving to Nottingham Forest as a 17-year-old. Since then, the 24-year-old's rise has been impressive, and despite coming through the system as a midfielder, he was converted to right back ahead of the 2019-20 campaign for Forest. His performances in the Championship reportedly led to Poland monitoring his progress, and after continuing his development in the position following a £16 million switch to Aston Villa, it's about to become a reality. Having never featured for England at any level, Cash qualifies for the Eagles through his half-Polish mother, whose parents emigrated to England during World War II and has already applied for Polish citizenship. Expecting it to be granted ahead of the November international break, when the 2022 World Cup qualifiers come to a climax, Cash could have a chance to become an instant hero with his new nation, battling for a playoff spot. 9. Arnaut Danjuma. A name that might be familiar to fans of English football, Arnaut Danjuma this summer made a £21 million switch from Bournemouth to Villarreal. Last campaign he contributed 24 goals as the Cherries qualified for the Championship playoffs, albeit falling short in their quest to return to the top flight. 24 years old, Danjuma has already picked up 2 caps for the Netherlands, both in 2018 whilst playing for Club Brugge, one of which saw him come off the bench in a Nations League match. However, thanks to a FIFA rule change last year, players can still switch their national team provided they played less than 3 competitive fixtures for them before the age of 21. And as Danjuma was 21 when he made his debut, he just about qualifies under the new legislation. So that leaves the door open for Danjuma to switch to Nigeria, the country of his birth. And it appears he's considering doing just that. Having said in April this year, "My mum is Nigerian, my dad lived there for 23 years, the culture is within the family. It's a choice I will think about, but I need some time." 8. Trevor Chalobah. Along with his brother Nathaniel, Trevor Chalobah has come through the Chelsea Academy system and played for England at youth level, with the siblings racking up an almighty 149 caps between them from under 16 up to under 21. Nathaniel, now at Fulham, made a senior Three Lions debut in 2018 at the age of 23 in a Nations League match, tying him to England permanently. But the brothers were born in Sierra Leone, and with Trevor yet to receive a senior international call-up himself, is still able to switch his allegiance to the Leone Stars. And having only made his Chelsea debut this season, starting 3 of 7 Premier League games at the time of writing, opportunities may be somewhat limited. And it appears that Sierra Leone are looking to take advantage of this, with manager John Caister claiming to have held positive talks with the 22-year-old, who spent last season on loan at French side Lorient. With the West African nation due to compete in their first Cup of Nations since 1996 next January, there might not be a better opportunity if Chalobah did want to represent the country of his birth. 7. Ademola Lookman. Another West African nation looking to capitalise on England's deep pool of players is Nigeria. Ademola Lookman might have been born in South London and featured for the Three Lions from under 19 to under 21, winning the under 20 World Cup in 2017, but has yet to receive a call-up for the senior team, despite impressing at times with Everton and RB Leipzig. Lookman had previously turned down the opportunity to feature for the Super Eagles, rejecting advances first in 2017 and twice in 2018, the latest being after Southgate told him he was part of his plans. Even in early 2020, the 24-year-old reaffirmed his decision to commit to England, but still nothing has come of it. The current Leicester City loanee has therefore submitted his papers to make the official change, along with Reading midfielder Ovie Ejaria. However, FIFA are yet to approve this as the players aren't Nigerian citizens. With this being nothing more than an administrative problem as the players simply need to be issued passports, it's surely only a matter of time before the pair turn out for the Super Eagles as they look to qualify for a 4th consecutive World Cup. 6. Issa Diop. As much as England seems to have a lot of talent away from the senior side, there's probably no international side with as much quality at their disposal as France. One victim of that is Issa Diop, who joined West Ham in 2018 as one of the more highly rated centre-backs coming through in Ligue 1, having already made 95 appearances for Toulouse by the age of 21. The 24-year-old represented Le Bleu at every age level up to the under-21s, even confirming his international commitment to France in late 2018, saying, "I was born here, it's them I have everything for, I do not see why I would play for anyone else." But with opportunities limited under Didier Deschamps, he's turning towards Morocco. Despite a Senegalese father and his grandfather becoming the first professional Senegalese player in Ligue 1 during the 1970s, Diop has instead declared his allegiance for his mother's nation. Diop was even rumoured to have been called up for the Atlas Lion for the international fixtures in June, but ultimately wasn't. So you can imagine, as soon as he is eligible to play for the North African nation, he will. 5. Inaki Williams. You'd think playing for Athletic Bilbao would rule you out playing nationally for anyone beyond Spain or France. However, Inaki Williams' case is a unique one. In 2014, he became only the second black player to take the field for the club, and the first to score for them the following year. Whilst he was born in Bilbao, his parents are actually Ghanaian, having posed as Liberian war refugees to get into Spain. Inaki is named after the lawyer that helped his parents settle in the country. So despite Williams actually appearing for the Spanish national team once in 2016, it was only a friendly, leaving the door open for the 27-year-old to switch to Ghana. The Black Stars have never hidden their desire to have the striker represent them, first making contact the same year he made his Spain debut. However, his mother is apprehensive about a switch, once saying, "I can't take the insults and abuse Ghanaians give their players after failed tournaments, especially their mothers." But time is running out and a recall for Spain is looking more and more unlikely, meaning a switch to one of Africa's strongest nations must be tempting. 4. Junior Firpo. Having come through various local youth setups before joining Real Betis aged 17 in 2014, Junior Firpo's entire footballing education was in Spain, but that wasn't where the now Leeds United left-back started his life. Firpo was actually born in the Dominican Republic and moved to Europe aged just 6. For a brief period of time a couple of seasons ago, it looked like the 25-year-old was set to be the future of La Roja, impressing in his debut campaign with Los Beticos, and in 2018 earned himself a €20 million switch to Barcelona. However, after a poor season at the Camp Nou and a move to the Premier League mid-table side, that dream appears to be dying. Despite receiving a handful of under-21 caps for his adopted nation, Firpo's actually previously appeared for his birth country, albeit in an unrecognised game against Brazil's Olympic team. He still holds citizenship for the Dominican Republic, meaning a switch would be far less complicated for him than many others in this list. That's if he decides he wants to appear for Los Quiqueanos. 3. Wan-Bissaka. Enjoying an almost meteoric rise to the top, it seemed inevitable that one day Wan-Bissaka would play for England. One season as a starter with Crystal Palace led to a £50 million move to Manchester United in 2019, and shortly after earned his first senior call-up to the Three Lions, although he withdrew from the squad due to injury. Since then, the 23-year-old has dropped down the pecking order at right back, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Kieran Trippier and Kyle Walker all ahead of him. Born in Croydon to Congolese parents, Wan-Bissaka outlined his intention to pursue an international career with England, although in recent months it looks like he's backtracking on his statement. Appearing once for DR Congo's under-20 side as a 17-year-old, ironically against England, the Leopards are now intent on securing Wan-Bissaka for themselves as he continues to be overlooked by Gareth Southgate. The defender has even swapped out the England flag for the DR Congo one in his social media profiles. So does that mean a switch is imminent? He'd certainly be a welcome addition as they look to qualify for a first World Cup since 1974. 2. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Despite not even turning 21 until next month, it's almost a case of now or never for Callum Hudson-Odoi when it comes to his international career. The Chelsea youngster made his debut for the senior side before even being called up for the under-21 squad, appearing in a Nations League match in 2019. In doing so, he became the youngest player to make their debut for England in a competitive fixture. Since then though, the winger has only appeared twice for England, with his last appearance coming in November 2019. This means he's played 3 competitive games for the Three Lions, so if he plays in one more he will rule himself out of a possible switch to Ghana, the nation of his father. If he does choose to switch, he has to wait until 3 years after his last cap with England to play for the Black Stars, meaning he'd only become eligible for them days before the 2022 World Cup gets underway. But is this even a possibility? Hudson-Odoi, when asked about playing for Ghana, said, "We'll see, you never know." It's fair to say that he's leaving the door open for it to happen. 1. Demarai Gray. Put simply, Jamaica's current policy appears to be calling up any eligible players that are yet to feature for England, as they look to qualify for a first World Cup since 1998. The likes of Kemar Roofe, Mikel Antonio and Andre Gray have all made their debuts for the Reggae Boyz this year. And it's not stopping there, with Premier League names such as Isaac Hayden, Nathan Redmond, Mason Holgate and Ivan Toney all also in the process of acquiring their Jamaican passport. Another name on this list is Demarai Gray, who saw his career stall over the last couple of years, falling out of favour with Leicester City and underwhelming with Bayer Leverkusen. 25-year-old Gray, who has 26 under-21 caps for England, has refound his form at Everton this campaign. with 3 goals in his last 6 matches for the Toffees. Usually this would be good enough to get a look in at international level, but with seemingly no future with the Three Lions for the Birmingham-born winger, Jamaica is his next best bet. If they qualify for the World Cup in Qatar next year, this Jamaican side could have a very familiar feel about it. So that was our list of 10 players who could switch nationalities, but did we miss any big names out? And which ones can you actually see happening? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Bye for now.